This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Joe Chi from Draco. And the great pass, great finish. Lowe peels off another dribble. From half court, Ryan Brummer. He's back and he knocks down the three from the halfway line.
Hello everyone, welcome to Trust Arena, the west of Tamaki Makaurau, and a great crowd in for what is going to be another challenging game for a team on the road against a team that is hungry to play defense. The Sky Sport New Zealand Breakers hosting the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. And on Saturday night, these two teams went at it at John Cain Arena. The Breakers came away with the W. And tonight, they play in their third game in around 6 days' time. It has been a big ask for this team with the schedule. But right now, Casey Frank, they don't care. They're loving the way that they're playing defense. It's re-energized the players on this team.
Well, when you play defense like a bunch of junkyard dogs, it doesn't matter where the court is. You're going to be able to get that done anywhere. And despite looking at this early season schedule and seeing it as a possible hindrance, they've set themselves up in a great position that if they can continue this role, that they will be looking for more road trips because of how well they've been playing.
Next man up mentality for this Breakers unit. No Barry Brown again for the game, a tight hamstring. And Jamal Brantley, brother of Jarrell Brantley, gets the call up for the third import spot. 3 imports now for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, which will be helping Simon Mitchell no end, along with Joe Chi. Size and speed across the court with Gary Brown at point guard as well. Brooke Roscoe is part of our commentary crew tonight. And Brooke, the energy in the building, how would you describe it?
The energy in the building is like there's a winning team that's right around the corner. We haven't seen them in a long time and everyone's just excited to get back. We're out of West Auckland, so the game hasn't been here specifically in a while as well. So the crowd is steadily flowing through. There's smiles, a real family vibe here at the moment. But what I would say is exciting. Like everyone's just waiting, excited. We can't wait for this one right now.
And I guess as well, Brooke, you look at the way that this Breakers team is playing. Everybody loves the winner, and the one thing the fan base will do and turn up for is a winning team. It's just so important that the Breakers keep winning at home.
Well, you get 2 wins on the road, right? We won 3 in a row. The one game that we did lose was in Melbourne, but we lost that in overtime. So even the game that we lost, it was a tough, we fought to the end. And that's one thing that these guys can rest their heads on. Let's say we don't fill it up every night. We play defense, and defense wins championships. Defense wins games. Defense gets bums on seats. Well, winning gets bums on seats. And that's what we're going to see, hopefully, as the season rides out. And you're right, it's the next man up mentality. And they're running through this at the moment, and it's awesome to see.
Defense, 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 Brookie. Well, everybody talks about that, but they want to see the buckets. Well, coming into this Phoenix squad, who's going to be shooting the ball well for the Phoenix as they come in tonight?
Well, Mitch Creek, I don't know if he's going to shoot the ball extremely well, but he will get the job done. He'll fill it up. But Carl Adnam is the other one, and point guard Gary Brown. It's his first game back in here. I'm excited to see him play. Can we slow him down? If we can, it's going to be good, but he can fill it up just like that.
Rob Lowe has been blistering from downtown. He's 20 of 30 from deep, 71.4%, an outstanding percentage, Casey. What's the key to Rob Lowe's resurgence?
Well, first and foremost, opportunity. Secondly, I think he's just playing with a bit more peace of mind. You know, they always tell you that the basketball court inside those lines, your sanctuary. Well, that's easy to say until things often go poorly. Now he's in a happier place off the court. That's enabled him to play to his full strengths on the court. And these strengths have been fantastic. He's played so well with physicality inside, shooting the ball with ease. When you bring it all together, he's looking like a player that is on the rise. Is he 30? Oh my goodness, he's like fresh-faced the way he's playing.
2-time NBL champion Ruben Tarangi, a familiar face for Breakers fans. He's found a home in Southeast Melbourne, and Ruben Tarangi has just gotten better with age.
He's just such an important player for them. Not only does he do the little things defensively, he can guard multiple positions, but his consistency from deep is going to be something that the Phoenix are looking to get more out of, especially if Gary Brown starts to draw some of those defenders. You add that up with his physicality, he's always one to watch on the court.
Yeah, conversely, Ruben Tarangi looking for his first threes. 0 for 9, this is your starting 5. Will McDowell-White and Isaiah Leafa in the backcourt. Jarrell Brantley and Rayan Repair. Repair gets the call up to the starting 5. Derek Pardon as well. And Rayan Repair is an outstanding prospect. The French kid, he's not a Frenchman yet, the French kid has been very solid for the Breakers. And Southeast Melbourne, Gary Brown, the Puerto Rican international player, he's into the starting five, Casey. What does he bring to this unit?
Well, he's a fantastic scorer. He's got the ability to score from anywhere on the court, and he's going to be blisteringly quick. That kind of quickness is going to cause this taller Breakers lineup some trouble. This is a big team, but even Isaiah Liafa, he's sitting there about 6'3" in his strength. So Gary Brown, is he going to be that kind of quick Kiefer Sykes-like point guard that's going to be speed blistering all over the court? That's going to be difficult for the Breakers to keep touch with.
It is the best defense in the league, hosting the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. 4 straight games keeping opponents shooting under 40%, the Breakers. Outstanding hustle. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix have had 6 days to stew on the loss that the Breakers handed them at John Cain Arena. On Saturday night, what will the fresh legs of Joe Cheek, Gary Brown add to this team? They want more production out of Alan Williams as well, the other import. And we're about to get this one underway. Michael Aylen, lead referee tonight. Jarrett Pardon Williams to tip it off. And it will be for the Phoenix, Gary Brown. 1.85 m, Galwhite picks him up. Ryan Brokoff, and he can fill it up. Ryan Brokoff, great play.
I like the way they worked to repair off those screens there. Brokoff, one of the players who has just been recently returned to this lineup, but now that he's got a little bit of rust off the wheels, he should be feeling better.
Here's Jarrell Brantley, and he's fouled on the tough drive, but this is what the Breakers have been doing. They have been putting teams in an absolute mixer with the on-ball. And just excellent passing. This is a team whose offense, a lot of question marks over where the offense is going to come. And without Barry Brown, guys have just stepped up. There has been balance in the scoring. Jarrell Brantley had a great game against the Jack Jumpers. Started the game 6-for-6.
Well, I think they've taken that defensive mindset where everybody has to contribute and brought it to the offensive end. This doesn't seem to be a team too concerned with who's doing the scoring, just as long as the scoreboard is ticking over. And they've got a lot of guys who are multi-skilled in a couple of areas if they don't have one true big gun.
Brantley makes both. Brown working with Williams. Bounce pass over Derek Pardon. This is good offense from Southeast Melbourne early.
Well, these are two of the slowest paced teams in the league, so it's not going to be up and down unless the opportunity's there, but they will both look to really grind you out and be physical in that half court. Saw evidence of it on that possession.
Pardon with the screen. Liafa steps into the three, the former Phoenix player.
Breakers just so quickly back in transition to make things difficult in the half court.
Trey Cowell pulled the rebound down. Third import was Mitch Creek, guarded by Brantley. 2 big bodies banging it out, and a long 2 from Mitch Creek.
Well, if he's going to be hitting shots like that, you might have to adjust the scouting report ever so slightly. The step back after he looked like he got a bit of contact, but good sign for Phoenix fans early with him hitting that.
7-2 the scoreline. Good fast start from the Phoenix. Good defense. They've adjusted well here, the Phoenix, in the break between games. Alan Williams is fouled on that drive. And straight into our cameraman, Mikey. Took it well, Mikey Morpeth. He's not scared of taking a charge. Well, baseline.
Great response early from Alan Williams.
Who would like Alan Williams in their living room right now? Because he's coming at you right now.
Everybody but Mikey, I think. That couldn't have been too great. But Alan Williams, there's been some chatter about his performance with the team. Well, he's come out, he's got a steal, he's already got a bucket, now he's got a trip to the free throw line, hit this first one there, responding early with opportunity.
Williams misses the second, but Mitch Creek gets the rebound and saves it to Brown. Creek looking to post up Brantley.
I've been looking forward to this Brantley-Mitch Creek matchup, and early on, Mitch Creek is looking to have the advantage. He's taken him out deep. Now he took him to the post for a lovely rolling hook.
Giving them all different looks on each possession as well. The Phoenix. Good offense from Simon Mitchell and his team. Liafa lost the handle. Brokoff almost saved it. 7 to shoot. Brantley a deep 3. Oh, knocks it down. Jarrell Brantley saves the Breakers on a broken play.
Well, it's always better to be lucky than good. Jarrell Brantley has the deep catch out there. It's plenty of time left on the clock, but he lets it fly, and with good reason when he hits it like that. And a really aggressive defense from the Phoenix. They're getting out beyond the three-point line.
Here comes Brown, breaks the pressure. Williams is fouled and one. Derek Pardon picks that up. And the Breakers trying to extend the pressure, but Phoenix just simply broke it.
Well, it's amazing how good a post player can look when he starts feeling a little bit of a comfort with the guard who's playing with him. Gary Brown is looking for him on a couple plays, found him on the on-ball earlier. He finished on the fast break here, just gets him the ball in the right position. Soft foul by Derek Parton. Counts anyway.
Well, Gary Brown has been out with knee soreness, and having an import point guard just gives your offense just that little bit more impetus. As Will McDowell makes him chase him around him with screens. And now Derek Pardon with the pass to Will McDowell-White.
As easy as you like it. William McDowell-White and Derek Pardon are just getting quite the mind meld coming off that on-ball. Lovely finish, better pass.
Will McDowell-White battling all sorts of health issues with sickness over the last week or so. Mitch Creek's on fire right now, though.
He is feeling great. Modi Maor tried to get a timeout, didn't get it. But Mitch Creek is eating him alive in the post. Had the mismatch that time and went straight to the quick pull-up.
Modi Maor eating alive the score bench. He wanted a timeout on that Mitch Creek make. Instead, the Breakers have another possession. Modi Maor has waved it off now. Brantley outside to McDowell-White with 6 to shoot. Repair tips it. Pardon has it. Finish with the left.
Excellent activity by Repair, using that length to his advantage, giving the tip to Derek Pardon, who is just doing such a nice job underneath the glass, doing the dirty work early in this season.
Yeah, I believe so. I didn't see it.
Brown gives it to Alan Williams, and they just pick the Breakers apart. This is defense that we have not seen out of the Breakers in their last 3 wins in a row. And Southeast Melbourne Phoenix have come to town, smarting from a loss on their home floor last weekend. And they're handing the Breakers a little bit of a beatdown at the moment.
Well, they're just ignoring Alan Williams, and he's taking advantage. He's got 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting, 2 of 3 from the line. They're sagging off of him, worried about Gary Brown, but on those slips, Alan Williams is finding space and converting these shots. That coupled with Mitch Creek's fantastic start, it's something to behold. 7 for 7 from the field are the Phoenix.
And this team needs their offense to start humming. And here's Modi Maor talking to Casey before the game.
Well, Coach, it's been an impressive start to the season through a difficult stretch of travel and injuries. What's your message to the team coming through this, what you want to get out of not only this homestand, but also moving forward to the next few games?
Well, every game is the same for us. We want to establish our identity defensively on that side of the floor, and we think that can carry us to win against any team.
And then looking at this game in particular against the Phoenix, you've done a really nice job of defending the three-point line, but they're bringing in some new personnel. Do you think you're going to be able to use the same strategy, or are you going to have to adjust slightly for the guys that they brought in?
This is going to be an interesting matchup. Southeast have had a week to prepare for this game. We played in between. Gary Brown gives them another dimension, another look, and we might need to tinker some things with him.
Thanks for your time. Good luck, Coach.
7 for 7 are the Phoenix. The Breakers defense, much heralded coming into this game, being picked apart.
Well, we've heard Modi Maor say a couple times this week that the Phoenix have had a week to prepare for us, as the shot clock didn't start, so they'll fix that one there. But when you do have a week to prepare for a team, especially after tasting defeat on your home court, you're going to have a little something spicy set up for that. Well, the Phoenix have come out. They're executing with a lot of confidence right now. 7 from 7 from the field. Perfect on that respect. They forced a turnover as well. As good as the offense has been, I've been more impressed by it defensively. They seem to be on a string, and they've come out much more aggressive than they have early in ball games up to this point this season.
Will McDowell-White, Cal on him, looking to work with Pardon. Will McDowell-White is fouled, and you can see just on that Derek Pardon screen when he rolls, drops down, Casey, there's help on that roll as well. They've really focused on that, it seems, in this first quarter.
And you see how crowded that low post is. And Valley Williams is going to stay connected to Derek Pardon coming off that screen. That will give McDowell-White some space. to work with on the top of that. That time, Trey Cal, a little aggressive coming in underneath. Just a bit of a touch, but enough to send McDowell White to the free throw line.
McDowell White, 9 of 10 from the line coming into this game. Just a shade under 10 points, 7.8 rebounds a game, 5 assists. A lot has been made of Modi Moore pre-season. Speaking with Santa Maria from the NBL media department, he could average 16, 8, and 8. McDowell White suffering a little bit of illness, but 16, 8, and 8.
Always good to have goals.
Is quite the stat line. Trey Callan in the corner. Brantley pulls down a big board as Cam Glidden is ready to check in against his old team for the Breakers. Here's Brantley muscling Creek out of the way.
I've been looking forward to this matchup between Brantley and Creek all week. Two physical players who play with different kinds of physicality, but who wins that matchup on the low post is going to have a lot to do with who wins this game as Brantley gets a foul.
Trying to chase Creek through that screen.
Chase, hold, you know, similar things.
Rayan Ripper will sit. Cam Glidden will come on. And it just gives him a little bit more range. Cam Glidden absolutely admonished for passing up a look on the weekend in the last round, and he's been told, you have the green light, this is what we brought you in here for. Creek up off the glass and in. Mitch Creek, oh my goodness.
4 for 4 from the field and great looks. He had the deep one, but he is doing a lot of that work down low and just finding just enough space to get off these little push shots with quickness.
McDowell White turns the corner, and they just hung off him, and he finishes at the glass.
Well, those are the aggressive finishes that are coming to him more naturally this season, as he's not the truest scorer, wants to dish it up more often.
Trey Cal on the backdoor look. Mitch Creek is doing it all.
Man, he is filling it up. William McDowell White just takes his eye off Kel for a second, and a brilliant pass on the quick backdoor cut for the finish.
Ruben Tarangi will come into the game for Mitch Creek. We've got an offensive foul called.
A bit of a soft one on Cam Glidden up top, but can't be dropping that shoulder, is what he's being told by official Ryan Jones.
Mitch Creek made that call.
Can't be that often that Cam Glidden's dropped the shoulder in this game.
No, I don't think so. I wanted to respect Cam Glidden, but Mitch Creek seems to have made that pass to Cal. Motion to the bench to come off. And nice to have Ruben Tarangi come off the bench. But forgot about Cal again, this time on the weak side.
Well, the Breakers right now not playing with a lot, with the attention needed on the weak side of the court. They're really focused on Gary Brown. He's not doing a lot of damage, but with the ball in hand, but his passing is, especially to that weak side.
Leafa working with Pardon, and left that short, did Isaiah Leafa. Trey Cal. Inside to Alan Williams. Gets the roll. Alan Williams. He's heard those whispers.
Well, he's heard those whispers and he's working his way through. He's off to a great start. 10 points already. And this one getting it done. Gary Brown already with 6 assists.
My goodness, 6 assists. And fouls. Cam Glidden took the floater up. Rob Lowe will come into the game, and Rob Lowe will also extend the range of the Breakers 5. And he's going to give Will McDowell White a bit of a rest, and Will McDowell White, he's not looking especially energized as he walks off the floor.
Well, speaking to Cam Glidden before the game, the illness that went through him, well, it's still going through the team. I don't think, not exactly sure which guys it's completely affecting, but you can be sure that it's more than one on the Breakers bench that is feeling a little bit under the weather still. Glidden misses the first free throw. Breakers down 10, a position they have not been in too consistently this season.
Cam Glidden misses 2 free throws. Trey Cal with the ball. Brookoff. Williams fires it. Rebounds to Tarangi. 4 to shoot. Ruben Tarangi, the patience. And Southeast Melbourne are just absolutely dominating right now in the paint.
Clinical on the offensive side. Even when mistakes happen, they're calm, cool, and collected and making up for them.
Rob Lowe goes long. Carl Adams in the game for Gary Brown. He pulls down the rebounds.
Everything is going the way of the Phoenix right now. The Breakers need to find a way to just push them out of their comfort zone.
The double. They kick it to Brookoff, who can hit the corner 3 at will. Rob Lowe pulls that down and he's fouled by Ruben Tarangi.
With the argument that there's a lot of ball there, a lot of ball. Doesn't go his way. Joe Key checks into the game for the first time as we see the foul down here. Ruben Tarangi just reaches in. A little bit of hand there.
Thank you.
Alex McNaught getting some minutes off the bench. Only more to inject some offensive fluidity as Kyle Adnam is called for the foul.
Well, the foul count's starting to even out now. This will be bonus now, free throws. Not sure if it's Isaiah Liafa. It is Isaiah Liafa who will be heading to the stripe.
And Joe Cheap in the game, like you mentioned, Casey. Nice fan base here just to see the Chinese national player. 7'1", drafted by the Houston Rockets, spent time there. And there's a defensive stalwart from the CBA in China. And it's great that the Phoenix have been able to secure his services again. Got to come back. Weenie has come back as well. And we've got subs on the make. Dal White has a quick breather. And Arthur is set.
And always reminded when you see a player like Joe Chi come in the gym, stand next to a big man like Derek Parton, and make him look reasonably small, how big human beings can get.
And 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Phoenix up 10. 27 in this first quarter for them. On fire, Ruben Tarangi. There's Joe Chi knocking it down on the follow.
He just planted himself down low. No one removed him, so he removed the thought process. Just banged it home.
Jarrell Brantley tips in the floater from Will McDowell-White.
He's finding ways to get himself involved offensively, but the Breakers, they need answers down on the defensive end.
And the aggressive move by McDowell-White. Joe Chi with a rebound. Joe Chi with another dunk.
Steps in and just immediately imposes his will on the ball game. Planted down there on the low post and just ruthless on the rim early.
McDowell-White. And they're going to wave off that three.
Oh, that's a tough one for the Breakers. Had the shot going up. The foul on Chi quite often. When that foul's called and the shooter's in motion, they'll give him the jump shot, but they do not in this case. So instead of the three-point ball going through and one, it's going to be 2 free throws for Derek Parton.
Repair will sit down Brantley, Jarrell Brantley into the game. And Parton at the line.
This is not the start that the Breakers expected. What a job by Phoenix. 14 from 19 in the quarter right now. We thought they'd be more active from three, bringing in Gary Brown. Well, he hasn't done it by shooting the ball. He's been facilitating as a team, just 1 for 3 from deep.
Derek Parton makes both. Tom Vodanovic gets in the game. Modi Moa just had a word as he ran past the check and changed the game to Tom Vodanovic.
He's got that kind of energy and explosiveness matched up with Mitch Creek. He's going to have to make sure he's got it on that razor's edge because Mitch Creek can take advantage of that aggressiveness as well.
Vodanovic on the switch and we do. Joe Chi and Rob Lowe called for a foul as Rob Lowe. Joe Chi.
A little bit of tussle. Apparently too much of an arm grab by Rob Lowe there. Can't get caught grabbing in the post. Which is easier said than done when you're watching the 7'1" guy get guarded from the sideline.
5 team fouls.
It is 5 team fouls.
So we've got shots coming for Joe Chi.
That's what I'm saying. And now they're telling me.
4 of 7 in this NBL season.
But the Breakers need to find more answers than just fouling the big fella and sending him to the line on the defensive end. Well, that does work for now.
Yes, Rupert, Ryan Rupert finds Rob Lowe, gives it back Dal White does so well to look off Joe Chi to Rob Lowe and then finishes off the glass.
With the left as well, in traffic, really working that little handoff action as well as he could have.
Alex McNaught and Kyle Adnam, two Nelson Giants.
That's a professional move by Kyle Adnam there, feeling the contact, going straight to the ground. He'll earn himself a trip to the free throw line, and you see the physicality as Alex McNaught just closed the space there, quickly becoming a fan favorite here in New Zealand. And he will head to the bench after getting that quick foul.
Kyle Adnam at the line, and he had a terrific game in the losing effort. He had 17 and 7 assists without Gary Brown. Adnam more than capable of filling the point guard role. Found a home at Southeast Melbourne.
But it just creates so much more opportunity for the Phoenix with him coming off the bench. You've got that, he's able to be more of a scorer, doesn't have to worry about the point guard position as much.
Isaiah Le'afa fires it over the Breakers bench, almost took off Moody Mole's head.
Rupert just slid up just a bit on that drive. Isaiah Le'afa expecting him to be dead in the corner, and when he took that half step up, he was out of range for the pass.
Adnam shooting over the top of that screen. Kyle Adnam knocking it down.
Gets a cheeky smile from Mitch Creek afterwards. Kyle Adnam coming in aggressive in this one, as are all the Phoenix here in the first quarter. 36 points already.
36 on the Breakers. This vaunted defense shredded in the first quarter. Ruben Tarangi couldn't quite get the rebound under control, and then he's called for the foul.
An unfortunate foul for Ruben Tarangi there, just the after effects of the rebounding matchup, but the Breakers will take it, desperate for anything on the offensive end right now. The Phoenix continually forcing them into these difficult runners as we take another look as an Adnam shot from deep. Nice screen by Creek. Does just enough to delay the attention of Isaiah Le'afa. He drains the triple.
Dal White, I mean, this is still a really good quarter for the Breakers, but they've just been blasted at the other end. Their defense has just been picked apart.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with 24 points on 7 for 13 on the field, but giving up 75% shooting on 36 points to the Phoenix.
It's no surprise that this is the biggest scoring quarter in Phoenix history. 36 in their 100th game in the NBL. 10 to shoot. Difference of around 2.5 seconds to the shot clock. Adnam. Kyle Adnam gets the finish.
And the Breakers slow out, aren't going to get a great look because of it.
Long four. Almost counted. Up from the logo, Isaiah Le'afa and the Breakers have some talking to do in the quarter break. They are down 13. Southeast Melbourne have put 38 on them in the first quarter.
As I said to you, only if they make some noise, all right? So this side, do you want some t-shirts? What about this side? I think you can have them. Can you have them? What about this side? Good pass. Let's go. What about this side? What about on top? On top. What about over here? Big thanks to the official radio station of the Skycore Breakers, 88.6, live.
Welcome back to Trust Arena, West Auckland. Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, 38 points in the first quarter. That is not a glitch in the matrix. That has been amazing to watch. 21 shot attempts, 16 makes. And Brooke Rusko joins us at quarter time. Brooke, what was the message from the Breakers about their defense in that quarter time break?
Message is one way to put it. Coach Modi gave it to them. You know it's a timeout when you're not allowed to sit down. Looked every last one of them in the eyes and said, this is not who we are. Accountability was there. They all were responsive. He had all of their attention. But wrapped it up with a hug, so I'm excited to see how this half goes, but just said that's not Breakers basketball right there.
Well, as long as you wrap it up with a hug, how about this? The Breakers had not been down by more than 8 points this season until tonight.
Oh, Rob Lowe with the hustle there. We need to end this game with hugs as well, guys. we need to make it a thing. That's why you're here, Brooke. Great. I mean, I love that. We set the tone early.
Highest scoring quarter in Southeast Melbourne Phoenix history. 38 points in the first one here.
Broke off. Blocked by McDowell White. That is what McDowell White can do. Pull him the Swiss Army knife.
Just about anything on the court, really. You need a score, I could do it. You need a weak side block, I got that too.
Vodanovic, had a bit of admin on Vodanovic on that post D, but a deflection keeps the ball in the Breakers' hands with 12 on the shot clock.
Tom Vodanovic had the thought about just beasting that one up, but plenty of help in the way. But because of the length of that help, they were able to tip that past the weak side and deter it out of bounds.
Without Alan Williams, this is still a really big team. McDowell White, Phoenix I'm talking about. Rob Lowe with another rebound, just lost the handle on the way up though.
A good fight to get on the glass. That's some of the activity Modi Maor will be pleased to see.
Here's Trocal trying to drop it off. Joe Chi with another dunk, his third of the game.
Joe Chi go easy on the rims, big fella. He is taking out some aggression on them early as his teammates are really looking for him on the drive.
Liafa can't get that three to go down. Trocal looking to drop it off again. And again, Joe Chi with another dunk, 4 dunks.
Well, that second rotation is just not here for the Breakers tonight. You see the initial rotation early, the bigs coming over to take away that drive, but then there's no one there to help out on Joe Chi. You see Rob Lowe there. Isaiah Liafa has to scoot over. William McDowell White has to drop down. Either way, there needs to be more communication because in this one, the Phoenix are taking advantage at will of the lack of chatter on that back line for the Breakers defensively. And this has got to hit them in the wrong spot because they have laid their divinity on it.
We don't have it on the first. Attack the drop, kickback. We need multiple actions. We need multiple actions. On defense, everything with the four is a switch. They're getting us with a drive over. So it's a switch, and you deny the post. If they go into the post, then you trap it with creep. If it's JB on the post, obviously you don't need to. Hey, when they get penetration, 5-9 steps out, weak side, step in and cut off the fucking pass to Chief. Okay, get in, close the paint.
Let's go to Brooke, who is listening on the Phoenix timeout. Brooke.
Yeah, coach is happy. Very, very happy down these ways. Liking what they're seeing. They're doing a great job of getting into the paint, and that's the big thing at the moment. Joe Chi is finding these dunks because the guards are doing such a good job of penetrating. One penetration pass, get into the paint, continue that. Loving what he's seeing, but down the other end, just so they tidy everything up, get those rebounds, get out and run and find each other on the rim.
Oh, that's just a coach being a coach. He's not worried about the defense with the offense going like that. That penetration is easy. What I think surprising for the Breakers right now is that it's the first move every time. They don't have to get a lot of action to get to break that defense to break down.
McDowell White giving it to Brantley. The Alpha's 0 for 5. 0 for 6. Williams in the game. Joe Chi must be exhausted after 5 dunks.
Just about dared to shoot that one was Isaiah Liafa, and still can't find the mark.
Gary Brown now back in the game as well for the Phoenix. Creek and Brokoff. Trey Cal as well. Brown. And a little bit of miscommunication there. And Brokoff saying it came off Brantley, but but we're all going the other way.
Well, Brantley certainly touched it, but when Brokroff saying afterwards I didn't get the touch there. Tough to tell from the angle we were sitting at, but not too much of an argument.
McDowell-White finds the alpha in the corner. Left it short.
Brantley coming up there, setting a decoy screen, confusing the defense, but the Breakers unable to find their mark from deep.
It's been a terrific first half for the Phoenix on the road. Questions about their offense, questions about their defense.
That
All
was
sorts of questions about everybody at the moment, it feels like, but they are silencing all of those right now with a stellar performance. Brantley is trying to step through into trouble. And he is fouled. And it's going to be on Mitch Creek, I believe.
The Breakers are going to have to find a way to just meet the physicality from the defensive end and bring it to this offensive end and give the Phoenix a bit more of their own medicine. Everything is so difficult on the offensive end for the Breakers, despite having 27 points at this juncture. It's just not easy for them. Conversely, on the other end, the Phoenix, for the most part, have not found a lot of resistance from that defensive front.
Ryan Broekhoff was the Phoenix player who picked up the foul on that one. And the sub on the make, Carl Adman, coming into the game. Broekhoff will take a seat.
Here we go.
Some varied lineups from this Phoenix squad. They can go from just huge across the front line, and now they've got the Adman Brown backcourt, where they're suddenly giving up a bit of size to the Breakers.
And we got a foul on Vodanovic, I believe, with an elbow, a forearm shiver.
Things are getting quite niggly in the post early. There's a lot of contact that at times will be let go, but the Phoenix are the aggressors right now. Allen Williams coming across is searching out Tom Vodanovic for that hit. Vodanovic responds, and he gets pinned with the foul.
Williams up high. Williams had a great first quarter, a little bit out of control. Corralled down by Liafa off the Vodanovic tip. And Rob Lowe wants it in the post. Vodanovic stepping into this three. Can't get that to go down. The Breakers cold from deep. They're now 1 for 9.
Well, coming into this game, the Phoenix were the team that couldn't find buckets from deep, but that is not the case tonight as Gary Brown gets hit as he lets it release, and we'll be looking at 3 attempts from the stripe.
Yeah, I think Will McDowell-White got all in his landing zone there.
Landing zone, some of the takeoff zone.
Gary Brown, he is just helped immeasurably with the first quarter, just the way that he's picked them apart and ran the offense.
That was the first shot he's attempted in the ball game. He gets fouled on it, so technically he still doesn't have a shot attempt. 6 assists, 1 rebound on the defensive end, just 1 turnover to this point. He's come out and been the maestro that the Phoenix have been missing as we take another look at the foul. A little bit up high there. And see Gary Brown is looking to accentuate that contact as well.
And Gary Brown, proven performer leagues in Italy and Turkey, had about 5 assists a game. Paced a little bit slower in some of these European leagues, so you know he can deliver with the ball in hand. This is the second.
Outside! Break on the outside, pick 12, one more.
Oh, violation.
Yes, yes, lane violation. Perfect. We need to stamp this out of the game, Casey Frank. We need to get rid of it. It is a curse, a blight.
I've always appreciated that thought process from you, because there's one thing I really notice when I'm watching basketball games, and that's lane violation.
When you're calling it with 6:20 to go in the second quarter, it can really affect the outcome of the game.
You're not wrong, as the Phoenix pick up an extra point and stretch this lead to 17. The Breakers' biggest deficit this season.
45-28. Another missed 3. 1 for 10 now are the Breakers.
They're just really finding penetration of this defense much more difficult. All the talk was about how the Breakers were getting to the middle of the key against the Phoenix. Well, not tonight up to this point.
Adnam. Can't get that to go down. Pace has dropped a little bit, as you'd expect, as the game has worn on. But they are sitting pretty with this lead of 17.
Gotta find a way to find a shot that's not a runner or just a kickback out for 2 or a deep 3.
Del White found Brantley in the corner, and Brantley stepping through. Got physical with the rim.
Saucy on that.
And we got a timeout, I believe, called by the Phoenix. And I think, as we watch Brantley finish with authority.
That in and out was impressive. Well, Brantley, a man of strength, but a man of skill as he freezes Jerry Brown before he goes up and over for the finish. It didn't take long for Simon Mitchell to call a timeout on that one. 1 poor possession, and he's had enough.
I want you to cross those eyes.
Right, and then know who you're closing out. He's just slapped.
Warriors about to shoot. You think he's going to make it? Put your hands straight.
So just a little bit without defensive rules on that last one, okay? It's a nice controlled handover on that one. He's not a run-off guy, okay? And then we're going to work your feet, try and cut him off. Just like you did the last time we played him when you tried to take your one out off the dribble. Hey, next time down. Let's get a snap wide. You're at the 4 on this one. Okay, Gary, you're coming off. Okay, Kiz. Quick out of that one, Rubes. Quick out. Okay, as soon as Gary comes off your tail, you're out. Again, quick up on this one. Okay, receive that. Okay, from here. Okay, see if we can get the gets action. 5-man coming under. Okay, so we got wide gets. Hey, come here, Kiz, real quick. Wide gets, comfortable.
Wow, Simon Mitchell must have found just a little bit of a momentum shift there. And you can understand Brantley just hanging on that rim a little bit longer, trying to get pumped up, get the crowd behind them, get something going.
But it's all been on the offensive end where the Breakers haven't been finding the answers. Defensively, they're struggling just as much. The performance from the Phoenix early has been really high. The question is, can they keep this level of energy and execution for the majority of the game? Halfway through the second quarter now, and the Breakers starting to find their way just a bit.
Breakers are 9 of 22. Defense are 18 of 27 from the field. Good ball movement. Tarangi in the corner. High arcing 3, knocks that down. Feathery from Ruben Tarangi.
Oh, really nice unselfishness on that pass from the interior to find Ruben Tarangi out wide. He hits his first triple of the season.
It's a good screen, there's nothing wrong with the screen.
Adanovic with a pump fake. Adanovic can't get that to go down, and Brantley crashing the glass, and he's fouled on the way through.
Decent looks for the Breakers, but still just 1 for 11 from behind the stripe. The Phoenix at 3 for 6 have improved their shooting for a team that was next to last in the competition in free-throw rate coming into, or sorry, 3-point rate coming into this ballgame.
The Phoenix have Brisbane on Sunday, and the Breakers leave tomorrow morning. They head to Cairns for the Taipans.
Don't break the line, don't break the line, Gary.
Good luck trying to win in the snake pit this season against the Cairns Taipans. You're an NBL team.
The sneaky thing about that Taipans game is this is a road trip to get up there. It is never easy. It's like an extra defender before you even get to the court.
Dow White. This is that 3. Breakers now 1 for 12. Brown looking to push it. Spins around McDowell White. Finishes around Repair.
Not too bad for his first official shot in the NBL, showing off the speed and the quickness as the Breakers continue to struggle to penetrate this defense.
There is Repair. Breakers looking for ball movement to help them out here. Phoenix doing a really good job defensively. Dow White has the big on him, puts him up with the left. Oh, Derek Carter finishes with 2 hands.
Oh, it's not an assist, but it might as well be. Willie McDowell White understood who was under the bucket, and Derek Pardon takes advantage. Point number 8 for him.
18-point lead still. Gary Brown finds Adnam in the corner, and he knocks down a 3. The Phoenix are 4 from 7 from deep.
They are playing this offense like a great maestro plays an orchestra as Brantley gets kinged with the charge because Gary Brown makes a good play there, getting himself in front. Everything going right for the Phoenix here in the first half. The Breakers searching for answers that will not come easily.
little bit of a stunned silence here in the crowd. Truss Arena. They're expecting defensive energy from the Breakers. Not a lot has come of those two here.
Well, the Joe Cheech fans were pretty happy. They've had a good time in the first outing.
Yeah, they certainly did. Hit 5 dunks. 3.5 to go in this first half, and Gary Brown just fires it out. Hit our baseline camera, Mike, again. Geez, Mike, someone get him a helmet.
He's doing well. He's doing well. But love the way Gary Brown just is stretching out the defense of the Breakers there. You see he forces that double all the way near the half-court circle there. The pass is off, but what would have been a tremendous amount of space for Derek Pardon to have to rotate back onto. Would have been seriously late on the finish there.
21-point lead. And again, it's Derek Pardon with the finish with a Joe Chi impersonation.
Just a dunk off between the starting centers today. The point guards are hooking the big fellas up.
Adnam. Oh, he looked off Derek Pardon, who's stuck with Alan Williams, and just floats the finger roll up and in.
Well, those initial actions are just creating so much space for the Phoenix. Then they take advantage.
Leafa still looking for a finish. Pardon with an offensive rebound. Inside to Pardon. Glidden tried to cut. Going at Alan Williams. Stepping through with the right. Derek Pardon back-to-back bucket.
Oh, giving him a business. Excellent use of footwork, and then the shot fake to clear the space at the end as Derek Pardon gets called for a foul on the Alan Williams post-up. And some of this physicality downstairs, down low, is looking like just standard operations. But right now, just a bit too much for the officials in their mind.
Well, Derek Pardon and Jarrell Brantley are 9 for 9, and the rest of the team are 3 for 19 for the Breakers.
32 points between Pardon, Brantley, and McDowell right now. McDowell with 8. Brantley and Pardon with 12 apiece.
Offensive rebound for Phoenix. Looking for Joe Chi. Pardon breaks that up. Leafa and the Breakers have here. A 3! They made one! It's 2 for 13!
And Simon Mitchell sees once. He's had enough. Just a little bit of success in the fast break, and he instantly calls the timeout, brings everybody to the bench. The Breakers cutting it back to 16 points.
Take him to the bench, take him to the bench,
which,
take him to the bench.
Sadly for Breakers fans, is as close as they've been in a while.
As I tell you, you were the sixth man, and you didn't make those every 24 seconds.
And Brooke Roscoe has a massive Yankees fan and Carl Tanana with him right now. Who are in the ALCS. Brooke.
I'm with a man synonymous with rugby here, but we're at a basketball game. How are you finding this? Oh, loving it, bro, but I think we might need to get you out there, my mate. Hey, how those knees? How those knees? So good, my man. But we also have the Breakers back at home, loving it, bro.
So our All Blacks boys, they're going to Japan tomorrow. What are we expecting on that tour?
No, it's opportunity. I think it's opportunity to get some of those guys such as Roger Tuivasa, shaking it, Seton Pedro-Feta. So massive chance for those boys to get a run at international footy.
International footy, they go on the end of year tour very shortly as well. Who are you most worried about?
No one.
Yeah,
not scared. Not scared like the Breakers, never scared.
All right, let's put that basketball hat on really quickly. How the Breakers turn this one around?
But I think just defense. Got a defense, keep it inside and give it to you, my mate.
Okay, Steve, back up there.
A big Yankees fan, but also big All Blacks fan. Carl Tanana does a great job on the rugby, also on the 7th Circuit as well. And Casey, they're in a dogfight with the Houston Astros, who have had their number in all sorts of divisional and championship series over the years.
That's because the Houston Astros are cheaters, and they always will be. And I will say nothing but that about those Astros. That's all I have to say about that.
That was a Tom Bogdanovich 3, by the way. No argument from me on that one, Casey.
Breakers upping the physicality coming out of that timeout, trying to extend this defense to really pressure the Phoenix into some mistakes.
Adnam to Trey Cowell for 3. One on the shot clock, low with the rebounds. 1:42 to go in this game. Breakers would dearly love it to have it under 10 if they can get some stops and some buckets here.
Just going back to the well, Derek Pardon.
Tisevich is called for the foul. That'll be just for the 3rd team foul on the Phoenix.
This is the most post-op opportunity Derek Pardon's gotten this season, just about. The Breakers just trying to find something that's going offensively, and Pardon is definitely one of them. 5 for 5 from the field so far.
Here's Lowe facing up on Joe. 5 to shoot. Liafa puts it up for Lowe. He catches, puts it up. Oh, it came off the rim and will fall to Vidanovic. Vidanovic trying to go around Joe Chi, just stood straight up and used all of that frame.
Joe Chi just such a beast to get around in the paint. Derek Pardon on the other end does his best impression.
Get over the back call on the Phoenix. I think it's going to be on Joe Chi.
How about the effort by Joe Chi on the post? Previous to that, recovering to contest Rob Lowe and keeping himself in the right spot on the Tom Vidanovic drive. With the acrobatic attempt at the finish, goes to the ground. And Phoenix looking to finish this half, a minute left. They've played solidly, and they would love to keep this 16-point lead where it is when they go into halftime.
Now up on Cam Glidden, a former Phoenix player from last season. Liafa, he's just not finding the cup is open tonight.
Look at the hustle by Adnam.
Great hustle from Carl Adnam. Getting the Hollywood seats a bit of a treat. Yeah, but Liafa open 9 at the moment. Joe Chi going into Pardon's chest, kicks it out. Going back, and this time it's Pardon who slips over the top. It causes the turnover. Liafa, the floater. Oh, and an out! Now Pardon puts it in though.
Jose Liafa is having a tough one, but Derek Pardon is there to clean it up. Don't even know he got fingers on that ball to just force centrifugal force onto it over the rim.
Ball movement is good from the Phoenix as the half winds down. Mitch Creek puts a nail in the coffin of the first half for the Phoenix. Oh my goodness, 58 on the league's best defense. Mitch Creek and the Phoenix walk off the Truss Arena floor, and the Breakers 41 down 17. And Casey Frank 66%. The Phoenix shooting hot, and Jarrell Brantley is with Brooke Rusco.
Jarrell, tough first half. Down for, they scored 58 in their first half. How do you turn this one around?
Yeah, we just got to get some stops, play a little bit more together. But I think this team can get it done. We just stay together and we'll get some stops.
You guys are getting decent looks, just can't convert at the moment.
Yeah, we'll make shots, but like I said, if we get stops on defense and rebound, we'll make some open plays in the fast court. So
good luck in the second half. Mitch, huge first half, man, put 58 up. You know, coming off a loss last Saturday, you're playing extremely well. You must be happy with that first half.
As a team, I think defensively we've been a little bit better, but we can't kid ourselves. I think we go at 24 in the first quarter. Our target's 19 or below. So as much as we scored 38 points, whatever it was, it's not good enough defensively. Second quarter, a little bit better, but at the same time, we're putting the ball in the hole, which is nice. We haven't been doing that, so it's a nice trend.
Yeah, you put the nail in the coffin at the very end, killer 3 right there, but as advertised, you and Jarrell Brantley are going for it. That looks like fun.
Yeah, look, I love the guy. He looks like he should be an NFL linebacker, so I'm not trying to take too many more charges, but he's a hell of a player.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, mate.
17 is the lead for the Phoenix. Mitch Creek has 11. Carl Adnam has 12 off the bench. He's 4 of 5. Everyone's shooting the lights out at Truss Arena. We're going to have to change some light bulbs as a result. We'll be back after the break.
Please welcome on the floor.
Welcome back to Trust Arena here in West Auckland, where the Phoenix are leading the Breakers 58-41 as we jump straight back into these first half highlights. And Casey, what did you see, what did you like?
Well, I really liked what I saw from the Phoenix. They were aggressive defensively, and they were penetrating at will against the Breakers. The Breakers finally got a little something going late when they could finally get to the bucket, but early it was all Mitch Creek setting things up. Allie Williams came along from the line. They were shooting such a tremendous percentage. There were no rebounds to be had.
It was just the dribble penetration was causing a lot of problems, and then Joji came in for instant dunks. There's a lot in the paint at the moment.
Everything in the paint. Certainly that's something Coach Morty Moran and the Breakers staff will be speaking about. The Breakers gamely kept trying to come and attack, but it was a really a bend but don't break defense by the Phoenix in that first half, and you can see the results of it there, holding the Breakers to one of their lowest shooting percentages of the season.
And the big one, it stands out for me right there, is the assist. They're getting it done Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, but you can't really get assists if you're not filling it up.
Absolutely. We thought Gary Brown was going to come in here and be a scorer. Instead, he's setting the table for everybody. He had 6 of those 19 assists.
Well, a man that we have talked about already, Mitch Creek, was huge, had the nail in the coffin to wrap up that first half. Talk about Mitch Creek and his presence so far.
Well, he's just a tremendous player. He gives so much of himself to this team, and when he's being able to score the basketball like that from deep, it changes everything. He had those early, the hustle on the offensive glass to get opportunities. He gets the advantage here. He has a mismatch. He goes straight to his strength for his quick little fadeaway on the baseline, the passing, setting up his teammates, doing it all. 11 for 7, 5 for 7 for the 3 rebounds. 3 rebounds. He is leading from the front for this Phoenix squad when they need him most. And because of that, they have a big lead at halftime.
Big lead. Breakers can turn it around. Derek Parton has been a huge part of this, had to tidy up a lot of things, but did keep the momentum rolling with those offensive rebounds.
Well, they haven't been able to find some offense, and that's been an issue for the Breakers, but he's been finding a way to score the basketball. And they haven't created a lot of opportunities for him. They've only thrown the post to him for once, but it's all been work like this. On the offensive glass, cleaning up misses off the lob. When he's getting the opportunity, when it is get dipped to him, he's taking advantage each and every time, making his physicality felt and known with consistency, but he's not going to be able to do it alone. The Breakers are going to have to find some success from deep.
Well, coming up after the break, we find out if the Breakers can make it 4 in a row, or will the Melbourne Phoenix get their revenge from last Saturday. Second half is right around the corner.
Business Credit Council have been supporting SMEs for the past 30 years, joining 10,000 cardholders who are using Barcode to live their business every day to save cash. Attract new customers when you want them. Visit barcard.co.nz. Get a competitive advantage and achieve financial success. Barcard is an additional sales. How good is it to the Sky Sport Breakers back in New Zealand? The fun continues at the Spark Arena when the Sky Sport Breakers take on the Mega Jack Jumpers next Saturday, 30th of
October. 58-41, the Phoenix laying a smackdown on the Breakers at Truss Arena. A little bit of a shell-shocked Breakers fan base, and the Phoenix coach Simon Mitchell will be very happy with the half-time.
Yeah, coach, 58 points at the half. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, no, it was some good execution, some good finishing. No, we missed out on the finishing last game. But yeah, putting the ball in the hole makes a big difference, right?
Speaking of the last game, tough game against the Breakers that you did lose. How do you close this one out?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's really about looking after our players. You know, some of them are short on a gallop, and we've got to look after the tank. So quick rotations, making sure the ball's in the right player's hands.
Good luck in the second half.
And Modi Maor will be very disappointed in the first half. Some people here are just here for the drinks, though. As my colleague, Storm Purvis, has somehow got some free tickets and weaseled their way into getting, like, hospitality. But Modi Maor is also very focused on this game.
Coach, tough first half. How do we turn this one around?
On the defensive end, we've been outworked. We're getting beat one-on-one. They're getting to the paint whenever they want. Our level of intensity needs to pick up. No excuses for us. We know we're better than this, and I'm sure our guys will respond.
You guys are getting good looks. You're just not making them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if we score another half of 41 points, it should be enough to win against any team. We give up 60, we're not winning no matter what the shots look like.
Coach, good luck on the second half.
And he needs more out of his backcourt. Will McDowell-White and Isaiah Liafa combined 2 for 18. Jarrell Brantley and Derek Pardon are 10 for 10. So that means the rest of the team is 4 for 25, Casey.
And that's not great on the offensive end, but it's been defense that's been doing it for the Breakers. Coming into this game, they were holding their opponents to 38.2% from the field. Well, right now, the Phoenix shooting 66% from the field and 56% from three at 5 for 9. This is by far their best shooting percentage of the season. So the Breakers need to find a way to rekindle that defensive identity that they were starting to form.
Perhaps they like the confines of Spark Arena. This Truss Arena's rims aren't doing them any favors. They're 2 for 13 from deep, the Breakers.
Well, they must be soft because the Phoenix are loving them. Of course, 5 of those were dunks by Cheese, so I don't know if you don't really need the soft touch for those finishes.
Yeah, conversely, 5 for 9, like Casey said, for the Phoenix, 56% from deep. Just picking apart the Breakers in that first quarter. Having a point guard like Gary Brown come in and just control everything. They just work really well with Alan Williams. And then just having Joe Chi come off the bench and just dunk after dunk after dunk. Breakers just not knowing how to deal with that size in the key.
And at this point, you would think the key for the Breakers would be to make this Phoenix squad go into their second, third, and fourth options. Too often in the first half, the first option was working, and they were getting what they wanted. And on the other side, they need to find a way to get their first option to get something going, because the Phoenix were always hitting the ball in the hands of someone they didn't want to score.
On their feet at Truss Arena. It will be Gary Brown giving it to Mitch Creek to get us underway in the third. And just like that, a turnover. And so the Breakers catch a break.
Well, unforced errors were rare for the Phoenix in the first half, but the Breakers still need to find a way to capitalize on it.
Brown Rupert starting the third quarter. Picks up his dribble, finds Pardon. 7 to shoot. Rupert contested 3 and almost drops. Alan Williams with the rebound. A little bit lost on that possession there, the Breakers.
Yeah, spacing not where it needs to be a little bit. Stepping over each other's toes.
Trey Count, strong move. Right into the body of Rupert.
Kel's forcing all that action himself there. Really driving straight into the body of Rupert. And that's what you have to do against the shot blocker. You see He felt the contact, came back into it. Uper just got his arm across the body to force the whistle on that occasion. Trico III will take advantage from the line here.
Cal at the line. 2 for 5 from the field is Trey Cal. 1 for 2 from his trip to the foul line. Just the one game so far this season for Trey Cal. This is his second. Breakers looking for that first bucket so the fans can sit the upper. Still can't find anything to go down.
Confidence is high, good look there, but those are shots they're trying to get to him.
Brokoff. Corner 3 is good.
Brilliant explosion of speed in the full court by Gary Brown, drawing defenders into the paint before him finding Brokoff in the corner for 3.
We got a foul up high. It's going to be on Brokoff. Yeah. The Aussie with the long arms, been in Europe, played for the Dallas Mavericks as well, and he will kill you from deep.
Pure on that release out of the corner. Excellent find. Shooters love it when they don't have to move off their spot to get those jumpers up.
Lead is 21. Brantley. This is the fun matchup between him and Creek. Creek getting the better of it, but Brantley getting the better of that matchup there.
It's just such good use of the shot fake. His strength and physicality, you have to get your whole body ready for it. So when that fake comes, it's often quite that much more successful.
The defense from McDowell White, got a hand to it. It's Trey Cal with his feet set. Knocks that 3 down, another 3. The Phoenix are 7 for 11.
The work rate is high for the Breakers, but the comms are low. Look at McDowell White rotating to the wrong area. Trey Cal III drops a tray of his own.
Breakers not getting a lot of movement here. And it's tipped away. And Liafa, can he get a bucket here? He can! And it's nothing but net!
On the buzzer, finally gets one to drop. 1 for 12 from the field now, 1 for 6, but you just got to see that first one drop before he starts going for you. 19-point lead to the Phoenix.
Cal on the drive. Little push shot from Mitch Creek. Just everything is working for the Phoenix, and not a lot is working for the Breakers.
Well, the rotations for the Breakers are a bit slow. You see 3 players going to the ball, but no help side coming for the Mitch Creek. Little jump hook, push shot. Not quite hook, but jump push shot in the key there.
Again, stagnant offense for the Breakers, and it's Rupert, the 18-year-old with 1 on the shot clock. And there's a shot clock violation, then there's just not anyone taking ownership at that end of the floor for the Breakers, and it breaks down again.
You can't drive you twice in the quarter. You can't drive you twice in the quarter.
Here, the instructions from Coach Moody Moore. Begging the Breakers to find some of that defensive fortitude that got them this 3-game win streak. And the answers are not coming easily because the Phoenix are continuing to apply pressure.
Gary Brown, deep 3. And Alan Williams just right time, right place for that rebound. Cal for 3. Trey Cal is killing it from deep.
Beating the shot clock just barely. He has come out here in the 3rd quarter and gotten himself involved in the ball game, up to 11 points now with his 2nd triple of the game.
McDowell White too high off the glass.
These are difficult shots the Breakers are being forced into, and it's not, the ball's not getting through enough hands, not forcing the Phoenix to play enough defense around the court. It's all ball focused. You're coming down, you're seeing one screen and then attacking the defense. The help side is well entrenched in their positions, and the communication on the back of that is excellent as well.
You can see a good, clean look.
Rattles at home.
You're right, Casey. They're loving the rims here at Truss Arena.
They're good soft rims, but normally both teams enjoy them.
Gary Brown, Alan Williams on the roll.
Gary Brown, just driving a sports car at whatever speed he wants right now. He's downshifting in the turns. He's coming up out of the turns. Just running this offense as exactly as Coach Simon Mitchell would like to see it run.
Liata. Now 1 for 13.
Just so little penetration of the Phoenix's defensive efforts tonight. Everything's on the perimeter. Just not making that defense bend enough.
Forcing it around, the Breakers get a turnover. Jarrell Brantley, pull up. Cam Glennon with the rebound. Brantley has it back. Brantley just looking to go at Williams. Off the glass and one. Jarrell Brantley trying to do it all at the moment.
Well, he misses his first shot of the evening, but Cam Glennon's there to pick it up for him. Jarrell Brantley finds point number 16 with the up fake and the contact. The kiss off the glass will send him to the free throw line to try and complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. With 5:13 left in the third quarter and a 24-point deficit.
Will McDowell-White, he looks gassed.
He looks very, very spent.
He looks absolutely cooked.
He just looks
battling through all sorts of things at the moment, but Will McDowell-White looks like a shadow of himself.
He certainly has the look of someone who's looking to expend some energy, and there's just no reserves in the tank.
Quite a feat that he actually played in the last round for 2 wins over the Phoenix and the Hawks on Monday night. I think that just might have taken a toll on him. He might be a bit tired, probably dosed up on caffeine to get him up. And the body can only take so much. So they get another bucket, the Phoenix.
In the post again, Allen Williams now 6 for 7 from the field, 14 points, 8 rebounds.
Answering some of the critics. Brantley gets Calamier. And the ball movement's better. McNaught will leave that on the side of the backboard, unfortunately, for Alex McNaught. Add them. Then the Phoenix with 12 in the first half. Rob Lowe about to check in the game as Cal looking to back down the short of McNaught. And off the glass and in Trey Carroll. Woohoo! Oh, wow.
He's starting to feel pretty good as quite a few scores on this Phoenix side. This is some get-right juice they are drinking this evening. Everything is going the Phoenix way.
High off the glass with Harden. And Jarrell Brantley has it. And we've got a foul on the drive. Mitch Creek. Foul will be on the floor. Joe Chi will check in with Lowe.
As the Breakers down 27 with the game. In a few days' time, might be starting to think about conserving energy. We see the strong drive by Brantley there through multiple Phoenix defenders.
Well, they fly to Cairns via Sydney tomorrow. That is a trick. Will McDowell-White. It will stay with the Phoenix. Brantley broke it up.
A good hand in transition.
Horns and whistles going off. Usually
means something.
This signifies a concert venue as well as Truss Arena, but just got the wet spot where Brantley slid off the floor. There's an opportunity for Mitch Creek to listen to Simon Mitchell coach up a storm.
As we take a look at Kyle Adnam sending Brantley flying. Hopefully he'll recover. I think he will. Adnam's got some power. He's got some power in that lower body.
Long as on.
Wiry strong.
Wiry?
Not really wiry.
Give me something else.
I'm searching for superlatives, but I don't have a lot for that build.
I mean, you said centrifugal force earlier, and you can't come up with a better term than wiry for Jarrell Brantley. The only reason I know what centrifugal force is because my son watches Blaze in the Monster Machines.
Honestly, I've been picking up a bit of science from Blaze as well. Yeah. They're really good.
Thank you to Sky Sports. But
this is the wettest spot that there ever has been on a basketball court.
Just received a note from the score bench. Bit of parochialism, but just a reminder the Phoenix Suns were down by 30 but ended up winning by 2 today. They're hopeful here at Trust Arena, but I don't know. There's no 12-minute quarters and there's only 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Not impossible, highly unlikely, and even more unlikely if the Breakers can't find some answers to Trey Kell here in the third quarter.
Well, they show a double on him and they move the ball. It's Joe Chi just eases that one up and in.
The double touch. Just a force down low, planting himself, refusing to be removed, and his teammates looking for him.
Glennon step to the right and knocks down the three.
Well, there's a good offense move. Went from side to side on the break, got the ball out of the point guard's hands, forced guys to commit before getting to hit the three.
Ball is on the floor. As the bench unit is on for the Phoenix. Matched by the Breakers bench unit. And with 9 to shoot, Trey Kell misses one. McDowell White with the rebound. Gets it over Chi, or beside Chi rather. Don't forget, Melbourne United, Cairns Taipans next. Another bucket.
Quick attacks into the post. The Breakers finding Rob Lowe early, goes to the left. And the speed of the offense seems to be key to getting set up.
Madu. McNaught with it. There's Brantley to his right, finds him. Chi picks him up. Right into the middle of it. McNaught, Rob Lowe. Curling through, wants the ball. And we got a hold.
Rob Lowe finds that he's got that switch and Madu can just go straight down to the post. Sets himself up. Despite Joe Chi being there for the lob help, the foul is called.
The lead is 24. That's enormous. It really is. And they haven't led in the game, have the Breakers.
Just not at all. This has been a dominant Phoenix performance. And continuing to find some prowess on the scoring side. Just not being slowed down whatsoever. 38 in the quarter one, 20 in quarter two, and 20 so far in quarter three.
Gets a three. Alex McNaught went to school in Auckland at St Kentigans. Plays his Sal's NBL action for the Nelson Giants. He's getting some burn. Harry Brown not playing. So Brown Repair will come into the game on the next stop. The NBL next star, high hopes on him. Gary Brown going to work. And we didn't have a reset on the shot clock. It should be, now it's going to be a foul.
Possession staying with the Phoenix. .128 to go in this one. Believe that's the third team foul on the Breakers. 4 team fouls on the Phoenix.
127. And Tom Vodanovic called for it. It's a little too strong. Yeah, we're
both teams in the bonus. Yeah, moving forward.
Going to be in the limit now as Modi Moore just says, Tom, we don't need it. Just he's a little bit frustrated. He didn't think he hit him that hard, but he got him. The former Nelson Giant against a current Nelson Giant. If not, and they're probably the two smallest Giants you'll find.
Well, Mike Fitchett's in there.
I love Mike Fitchett. Oh, Madu knocking down.
Well, rotating the basketball with speed. The Breakers still struggling to keep pace on their rotations. Phoenix take advantage again.
Low, quick fire three. Good close out by Chi. And we've got a foul off the ball. And Vodanovic, I think, is going to be called for that.
Yeah, I think it's Vodanovic who will be heading to the free throw line now, as that's the 5th team foul, as we see the triple from the corner. High arcing rainmaker dropping in.
Let's see your Michael Banners in the air.
Tomorrow in the NBL, Sydney and Adelaide. What a matchup that'll be. Some words already spoken about from the Sydney Kings owner about the Adelaide 36ers. That adds some spice. Saturday night we'll have the Phoenix playing and hosting the Brisbane Bullets in Tasmania in Perth. We'll host Perth rather. And Sunday the Breakers will be hosted by the Taipans. And Sydney and Melbourne will do battle on Sunday afternoon. The Kings and United. Another offensive rebound.
Just going the Phoenix way. Out executing and now out hustling the Breakers here in the third.
Offensive foul. Barry Brown as Isaiah Le'afa wins that one.
Well, it does. Comes over with a nice early help, sets himself up there, slides with it properly, but he's still in legal guarding position, hence why he gets the call. Either that or the refs are just finally feeling a little sorry for the Breakers.
Le'afa and the Breakers will try and wind it down for the final shot here. Le'afa on the drive. Repair in the corner. Low with the tip. It's been that kind of quarter and game as Low catches an elbow from Vodanovic for his troubles.
As you do.
And that'll do us for three as Rob Lowe. And it's got a cut underneath his eye.
Seeing a bit of that angle as we take a second look at it, and there's the elbow from Tom Vodanovic right in to Rob Lowe's face. And on that note,
someone asked Rob Lowe to turn around for our cameras. Look away if you're squeamish.
He's not looking that direction. He's straight back to the bench. Point two left on the clock. Breakers to inbound.
Looking for a tip. Pardon with the catch. Joe Chi with the defense. And the Phoenix control the third quarter like they've been controlling the whole game. 10 minutes of basketball left at Truss Arena, and they are well in control. 25 points is the lead for Southeast Melbourne.
All right, so we have two teams here from our quarter threes. And it's an old-fashioned relay. They dribble the ball up, put up some shorts, courtesy of our players, and also courtesy of our big Sam Simmons, size 18 shoe. Dribble up, layup, pass to their friend, change the clothes, and vice versa. We ready? We ready? So we're not going to start until we have some noise from the crowd. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. All right, 3, 2, 1, go! Listen, what's going on? And the shoot. Oh, well, yeah, nice. Pass it over. Pass it over. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Make sure you put that size 18 shoe on. Big thanks to Sam Simmons from the road. Oh, close. Who's
Welcome back, Trust Arena. The kids are enjoying it, but the Breakers aren't. They are down 25 points. The Phoenix have come in and just absolutely laid one on the Breakers, who beat them on Saturday, and Derek Carden starts the fourth quarter in style.
Well, the highlights are still there, but the fundamentals are not. The Phoenix came in averaging 77.3 points per game through 3 quarters. They already have 83. They are flying high.
Gary Brown fouled because he made the pass. Brown Rupert will pick up the foul. Dane Pinot is in the game. Dane Pinot has been plagued by injuries the last couple of seasons. Tremendous rebounder for the Phoenix. And he is working his way back into this rotation.
And it does give them, without any Williams, a stout front line, multiple players, and a varied style of play that each one offers as well. Great to have in your toolkit if you're Coach Simon Mitchell.
Jamal Brantley with the great closeout on Trey Cal on that 3 attempt.
At this point, Coach Motomura is just looking for guys that can ignite something. It's not that the energy for the Breakers has been bad, but you're going to have to find some kind of energy from somewhere. And the elder Brantley is where he's looking right now.
Well, the Phoenix are doing to the Breakers what the Breakers did to the Hawks on Monday night. As Leapa gets that 3 to go down, lead is 20.
This is where he can really affect things, turning guards as they're coming up and down the court, but Adnam with the quickness is barely affected.
And this time it's another foul. Isaiah Leapa just a little bit too close on that drive. Cal will get us back underway in the fourth. Adnam and Pinot working together. Little float up. Oh, that's nice. That'll feel good for Dane Pinot.
The execution of the simple plays the Phoenix are running has been just as good as you can ask for. Drawing multiple defenders and really nice shot making being shown off by the bigs coming off those screens or coming off those rolls.
Leapa gets it back with 5 on the shot clock. Pardon comes up high, shoots it over Joe Chi. And it's just a tough shot to try and make over the 7'1" Chinese center.
They hit his last one, but the Phoenix continually push the Breakers out beyond their comfort zone when they're executing offensively here in the second half.
Brown knocks down that 3 off the bounce.
Well, he is just getting his toe in the pool offensively. 8 points for him, 2 for 5 from the field, 9 assists. He has done all the point guard duties with a plum today.
Leapa steps into the 3. 3 Breakers there to pull the rebound down, and it's Pardon who has it. Gives it back to Leapa, finds Pardon. Jamal Brantley in the corner. Too strong. Comes Gary Brown looking for assist number 10.
Wisely slows things down, gets his half-court offense set up.
Nice 2-man game with Adnam and Pinot, and Adnam's fouled.
Just so clever with the basketball and an excellent reader of how defenders are guarding him. He understands the space that he has to close. He understands the type of defenders that he's matched up with, and with the length of repair, he has to be aware of that, but he finds the body, gets that contact, then puts up the shot as we see Rob Lowe return to the bench with just an eye patch, set it a little bit low to take care of that slice.
Eyes are the problem with the Breakers. Tom Abercrombie not allowed to fly for 7 weeks. Can't play at the moment, has a little gas bubble in his eye, which is trying to help it heal. He said it was like having a disco ball in his eyeball being in this arena. It's getting slightly smaller, he says. Oh, I suggested maybe Tommy would like to be Goggle Tommy.
Oh yeah, how'd that go over?
And that he was not keen.
I think maybe if we get him some old school like Horace Grant goggles.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, or maybe Kareem. But also said, what if we was hoodie Goggle Tommy?
Can we get them the specs like they get for like toddlers that strap on in the back so they can't take them off?
Fantastic.
All those I'm fans of.
None of those suggestions had any cut through with Tom Abercrombie.
Breakers cut it to 20 and 7 straight points by the Phoenix. And sometimes with the squad, when they finally awaken for a season, they erupt. And this Phoenix squad has welcomed its full contingent of players. Come across the ditch to a team that just defeated them on their home court. And looks a different unit. Of course, the Breakers, you mentioned Tom Abercrombie. No Barry Brown Jr. tonight as well. Players that would certainly help in this fight, but right now, the Phoenix rising.
There was no fight. Not that there was no fight at the Breakers, but it was just quick, bang, 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 and they were in a hole straight away. And the Breakers just could not recover. They couldn't stop all the action that was thrown at them by the Phoenix. And just 7 turnovers for both teams. So it hasn't been a sloppy game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just been great execution by the Phoenix, who have looked fully confident. They've had a good break to think about this team, what this team did to them, and a chance to get back at them as Rupert goes out. Ruben Tarangi, who ties him up. Ryan Rupert will go to the line to shoot 2.
And it hasn't been an effort issue. The effort has been pretty good. The continuing fight, but the ball bouncing the right way, and every once in a while you just run into a buzzsaw. And there's not much you can do about it. Just like a log at the wood mill. It's coming through. But that is not stopping the fans from having a good time. Where do you get that Isaiah Leafa shirt? Quality.
It's 24-point lead, 88-64 to the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. And the Breakers will have to get on a plane tomorrow to go to Cairns. The Phoenix go home tomorrow, and they'll get ready to host the Brisbane Bullets. And Phoenix in a good space in this game. They're also going to have a great training space as well being built in Southeast Melbourne. Got some state and federal government funding. And it's just going from strength to strength in the heartland of Victoria.
Well, certainly one of the basketball capitals of Australia. The youth participation rate's fantastic, and now they'll be getting facilities that work for them.
The Breakers just have to flush the dunny and move on.
Well, I'll tell you who's not too affected by it is the crowd tonight. They are enjoying the string of hits of yesteryear right now.
Rayan Rupert at the line. Fouled by Ruben Tarangi. That's his 4th personal foul. Rupert, NBL Next Star. You're new to what the Next Star program is. You sign a kid with huge potential to a 2-year deal. They show enough in a professional grown-up league, an adult league, the NBL, and you get drafted. And it's a great business decision for an NBL club. It further strengthens the ties between the league, like the NBA, and the National Basketball League of Australia. Rupert over the top of Brockhoff.
There's a reason that all these scouts are making the way he is. Certainly the best Next Star the Breakers have ever suited up, which is saying something when you've got multiple first-round picks, that he has had by far the biggest impact on the court in his short amount of time with the team.
Playing for the Thunder. RJ Hampton playing for the Magic. And we've got to travel as a Dragons pivot. The Alpha coming back into the game. 5:58 to go in this 4th quarter. McNaught will sit.
Both teams still staying with their regular lineups. But just looking for a little bit of consistency, wants something that he can draw out of this game and that will lead in a positive direction to the next. And the Phoenix, wary of letting this one slip out of their fingers, they are desperate to get things on the right track.
Jarrell Brantley's called for the walk.
might have dragged that pivot foot just a bit, but certainly a move that he makes with regularity. That fake, trying to hold defenders.
The Phoenix, as we head to the halfway point of this fourth quarter, have shot 66% in this game. Turnover though. Brantley to Rupert. Rupert with the right hand, can't get the finish.
And it's that kind of night for the Breakers. Good execution, good fight, but Rupert just doesn't go up with the strength he needs to get the finish there.
Adanovic picks up the foul.
At times, this is look like a game that's been officiated two ways. One way up top, outside the three-point line, and another way down low in the paint, where everybody's banging up. Adanovic there, I think, gets pinged for the grab.
Rokov to Brown. Adanovic guarding him. Creek with 6. Long 2. Adanovic with the rebound.
Just the third miss of Mitch Creek's night. 6 for 9 from the field now for his 13 points.
Brantley on the drive around Brown. Oh, can't get that to go down, and Creek just throws Brantley down to the ground.
Physical player, Mitch Creek, and the pass there.
And Alan Williams.
And the stats don't belie it, but Mitch Creek got this team going. Oh, travel called on that play.
Michael Aylen, lead referees, made the call on that one. Big Sauce isn't happy.
You see the behind the back, and there's the shuffle. That is correct. He took the step and he took 2 more. Foul might have happened at a similar time. But that's why the referees get the big bucks, because they can see it more clearly than we can. Except for when I played, I saw it all clearly when I played.
Brantley.
The offensive structure has started to flail.
Tarangi, over all sorts of defense.
It's his 7th point of the ball game, 3 for 4 from the field. As often having a positive impact in the game here.
McDowell White gives it up. Brantley again misses a long 3.
With 4 minutes to play, the big question is how long both teams will be leaving their starters in, with second games coming this weekend.
Creek sees a double. Brantley fouls him. Well, Brantley will take a seat as Alex Nord also comes into the game.
Looks like the evening for Brantley and William McDowell White will be finished now. As a Phoenix going with the majority of their starters a bit longer. 4 of 5 out there.
The Breakers will fall to 3 and 2. And while Mitch Creek and the Phoenix will go to 2 and 3. Breakers did have an opportunity to lead the league if they won by around 8 to 10 points for a night or 2. And that was snuffed out within about 3 minutes of this game tipping off.
Well, that's what you get for looking up that stat.
I did not look it up. It was presented to me, I swear.
Sure. Likely story.
I read it and I wrote it down heaps. Liafa.
What a performance by the Phoenix.
What a performance by the Phoenix.
It is
stunning.
Always helpful to have your full contingent of players.
Isn't it?
That is a lesson that we should learn over and over again.
Liafa. It always helps having 3 imports and a 7-1 Chinese defender. You know, former defensive player of the year from the Chinese league.
You know how you have 5 starters? When 3 of them aren't there, it's more difficult.
Tarangi. Over low. Good box out by McNaught. Rupert controls it. Creek on him. And Rupert into the corner for McNaught. And another 3. Alex McNaught
And not a lot in that play, but those are the promising things about Uter's game that people really like. He's got the ball under control on the break. He's lanky, but still has a good handle. Drives baseline, but never takes his eye off what's happening to defenders. Finds that shooter in the corner, puts the ball right in the pocket with the one-handed pass. Really impressive stuff from a young player. Strong.
Alan Williams.
Strong. And Rob Lowe just it's a travel.
With the travel call.
That is
and then Alan Williams pointing at the scoreboard.
That is some excellent petty smack talk. Down a 20-piece, but still let him know that's a travel. But look at the strong move. He gets the flex, but he doesn't get the bucket. There's the flex.
Nice of Mitch Craig to help the young man up. And then there's Rob Lowe with the backer shot. And then McNaught and Creek clamoring to help up Rupert. It was an absolute, I ran a gamut of emotions on that one. Alan Williams is barking at the referees, screaming they want a timeout. This is fun.
Southeast looking like a team with a bit of a chip on their shoulder right now, a little something to prove. They're out there playing with a vociferousness that has not been shown yet to the season.
Tell you what, Casey, I had a root canal this afternoon.
Did you enjoy that more?
That was far more enjoyable than what the Breakers had happened to them. They've had their nerves pulled out of their jaws in this game. They've been smacked upside the head.
Well, they've come out with the same defensive game plan, but the Phoenix have just manipulated it to their will. Love the effort from the Phoenix, a team that's just a little bit down, 1-3 right now. Hadn't been playing their best basketball. Re-welcome their full squad. Always important to get everybody on board in a short amount of time. Has turned things around and looking to put a lot of the league back on notice that we may not have played our best ball just yet in the season, but we're still here. There's a lot of season left to go.
Rob Lowe and the Breakers. Still got some fans on their feet for them. The Arthur, it's been a tough night at the office for him. 3 points, 4 assists, 3 of 17, the former Phoenix player. Finds Rob Lowe, and it falls to McNaught. McNaught is fouled, he can't get the roll.
Alex McNaught once again showing why he's quickly becoming a favorite of the Breakers and the Breakers coaching staff. Always out there getting the most out of his abilities, working his tail off. Gives the show. And that's a challenge between two slightly height diminished players. But nice effort there by Adnam regardless.
Great perseverance by Carl Adnam, really. He's bounced around. He was at United, at the Kings. Someone started out maybe Adelaide is a development player, perhaps. Just off the top of my head, but he's found a home here, and each season he's just gotten better and better.
He's got a deep bag, man. He really has a lot of skill and understanding of how to run things from the point guard, a scoring point guard, the ability to put that ball in the hoop in a lot of different ways. It's always enjoyable to watch that guy play.
Illawarra as well on the resume as Carl Adnam, also into the Hollywood seats, and to Justin Nelson, head of commercial at Sky Sport.
How do you get those seats? Unbelievable. Always enjoyable to be in the front row and meet the players right up close and personal. Drains the first. As the Phoenix continue to hang around this 20-point lead. The Phoenix just were not shooting the ball well coming into this game. They really struggled to find that range from deep, but tonight has been a different story. 10 for 20 from the three-point line. Better ball movement, better execution has led to better shot selection.
Rupert working on Tarangi. Good rebound from Tom Vodanovic in amongst it all. And Dane Pinot just shakes his head, just giving away position there. Good recognition with the switch from the Phoenix, just finding the shorter McNaught in trouble against the bigger player there. It's just been a situation for the Breakers in this game. Switching has just cost them. They've tried to show hard on some flair, on some action, and then mostly they've been in trouble.
Well, the Phoenix have, on several occasions, forced this Breakers team to overextend its defense, and then when they kick that ball around, the rotations getting back have been too slow. Because of that, that's where a lot of that advantage was created earlier in the game. Certainly went back to the film room and found something they liked with nearly a week to prepare for this one. Always easier when you're sitting on the wrong side of a loss and the other team's flying around playing games.
The Phoenix would love to crack 100 here, no doubt. Vodanovic misses, Adnan with the rebound. Breakers would love to stop the bleeding here. Talangi with the rebound.
I think they've already used up the blood bank on this one. Even if the bleeding stops, it may be too late.
Panoa's fouled. McNaught tied him up.
There's the ambitious pass attempt there by Ruben Tarangi. Having a laugh about it afterwards. As he catches it in here, I'll just check it up. Get that one down. As McNaught gets pinged with the whistle.
Rupert is taken out of the lineup there. Just the three Breakers rebound is allowed. And Pinot makes the first.
5 scores in double digits for the Phoenix, out rebounding the Breakers by 6, out assisting them 22 to 12.
We got a lane violation, and then we got a sarcastic clap, and then we've got a technical foul, and then we've got a thumbs up, and then Tom Vodanovic is done. Oh, drama. A lane violation has cost Tom Vodanovic his 5th foul.
What, did I mention some petty smack talk earlier? Tom Vodanovic. Let's get him off camera before he gets himself in more trouble.
Yeah,
on the baseline.
Let's not get him fined by the league.
He just really thought it was an excellent call. He really, much like yourself, he appreciates a lane violation.
No one does. Look, if it costs the game, look, make the call. McNaught picks up his dribble, fires it out of bounds. And so it will be the Phoenix who can hold for the last shot. Maybe get 100 or just show a little bit of respect and maybe just dribble it out.
Well, so Mitchell says run it. So they're coming down trying to get a bucket.
Well,
I think some Breakers might be putting this one away in the way back machine for the next time they match up.
Points differential. And what do we have here?
Offensive foul, I think, with the push-off.
Yeah, with the push-off.
And that, we'll see if the Breakers come down and try and score. Let's just stretch this one out. See how many whistles we can get in the last 30 seconds.
No, Adam's been a smart ass on the bench.
Plenty of smiles on the Phoenix end of the court. 99-77. A trip to Cairns awaits the Breakers. And a trip home for the Phoenix to play the Bullets. Awaits the Phoenix. Coaches meet at mid-court. And smackdown by the Phoenix, who rise from the ashes of defeat on Saturday and soar over the top of the Breakers from the outset. Absolutely laid a smackdown on them, came into Auckland and did a job at Trust Arena. And they beat them by 22, 99-77. The league's best defense obliterated.
Yeah, the league's best defense, no more. What a performance by the Phoenix. Clinical from start to finish. Did everything their coaching staff would have asked for them, and an unselfish performance through and through. They did it as a collective. 5 players in double figures, no player scoring more than 17, no player with more than 10 shots.
Mitch Creek is with Brooke right now.
He is, and then he ran away.
He did it to you.
He did, and now you see that cheeky smile that he has? He's coming back. 3, 2, 1. He knows what he's doing here, guys.
He knows what he's doing. He's absolutely stitched you up.
That's right. I am with the Foot Locker player of the match, Mitch Creek, 15-5. But you set the tone nice and early on this one.
Yeah, look, we had to come out and prove a point. 1 and 3 is not what we wanted. We should have probably been 3 and 1. Defensively, we talked about in that first quarter, too many points. Second quarter, come out, held them to like 15 or 16. That's all we needed to do. We proved that we can play defensively. We were better tonight, so it's one more step ahead for us.
Nice to get back in the winner's circle.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, it's always a long week on the training floor when you start losing a few, especially this early in the season. But we saw Sydney last year, they started poorly, came back, and obviously you saw how that went. So we don't want to try and emulate the start, but hope for the ending. So it's a good step in the right direction for us.
Yeah, and you're welcome back at Import today. How good to have him out there.
Oh, mate, just to have Gary, Trey, Joe, Alan, everyone out there, it's extra bodies. It's more rest for me. The rest of the guys, it's a fluent, rotation now. So it's just nice to have a win. Obviously back in New Zealand is great for basketball as well. So it's nice to be here.
And wrap it up with this one. Brisbane next, quick turnaround. Excited for that?
Yeah, big bodies, bangers and Sobes and all those guys. So we know they're going to be aggressive. But I think if we try and do a little bit what we did tonight defensively, we'll put ourselves in good stead.
Mitch, congratulations.
Well, as Brooke Roscoe mentioned, he set the tone early, hit the jump shots from deep. He was on the glass, getting things involved. The ball got thrown to him in the post, and he was taking advantage of the matchups he had there. The stat line, not overly impressive, 15 points, 5 rebounds on 67% shooting, the 2 assists, but it was the way and he went about his business early in the game that earns him the Kmart player of the game today.
There is the Foot Locker player of the game. The stats, 67%, 62% overall for the Phoenix in this game. And we'll be back after the break with more from this game at Trust Arena. Truss Arena. Cam Glidden and the Breakers out on the floor at the jewel in the Waitakere Sports Crown, Truss Arena. And here are the games that are coming up. Got a game straight after this one, United against the Taipans, and then just the one game, the Kings and the 36ers. A little bit of spice in that one, Casey. And then 2 double headers on Saturday and Sunday, and then on Labor Day there is a game as well here in New Zealand. And that is how the ladder looks. 0-4 Bullets will be looking at this game and thinking to themselves, maybe the Phoenix aren't an easy one to pick off at all.
It only takes one game, though. You can be on the bottom, you can get right to the top with a couple of dubs.
We are done and dusted from Truss Arena. 99-77, the Phoenix came to town, laid it down, and did the business against the Breakers, avenging the loss they suffered to them on Saturday in the round just been. Next home game, next weekend for the Breakers. They play Cairns next, and then we'll hopefully see the Breakers in the winners round again. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Air, got the 3-ball. Extra pass. Clinical from Melbourne. Pinder has 8, now he has 10. Golding up top. Why not? Scott stepping into the 3. Another watch off the glass. Aquera closes the lid. Hogue with his feet set. It's good. Xavier Rattan-Mays is starting to cook. Get a good shot here. Deng. Got it! Dave Barlow. It's good. Relocates for 3. Wow. That's what it can do.
The Taipans are racking up quite the record on the road this season. Melbourne United on its home floor. The locals will be hoping for a big performance to get their season going. Melbourne United and the Cairns Taipans in the Hungry Jacks NBL tonight. Great to have your company. John Cain Arena is the venue for this big match. Alistair Nicholson alongside NBL Championship winners Pete Hooley and Damon Lowry. Plenty in this one tonight, Pete, I reckon.
This is going to be really exciting. Melbourne, they need to show something. They need to bounce back. They've done it once. They got smacked around by the Kings. They went over and beat Perth. Tasmania showed them up on their home floor. They have another opportunity to respond. They're coming up against a really exciting and hot team in Cairns, but this man's been on fire.
He's hot, Damon, at the moment.
Xavier Rattan-Mays has done literally everything for the United so far, leading the team in scoring, rebounding, assists. What I'm most impressed with, though, is his lack of turnovers. He's only averaging nearly 2 turnovers in 32 minutes a game, which is phenomenal. He knows how to get shots off. His mid-range game is exquisite. He knows how to score. He just needs a little bit of help.
14 of 29 from outside the arc as well.